to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Good evening. I am Tracy Smith.
It is evening, isn't it? I'm Beth Venus.
And we are Girls Talk Rock.
Hey.
And man, we have had the worst weekend. We were supposed to go to Zombie Fest.
Oh my God,
but
instead of us going to Zombie Fest, we were zombies.
We were zombies because we were both in bed with full-blown bronchitis.
So
Thank you, Beth, for
up.
giving me bronchitis.
It's because I care. I care.
She hugged me on Thursday, and I was in bed Friday, Saturday,
Let's just
Sunday,
be honest
Monday,
about it.
Tuesday.
Bethany subbed for a Fleetwood Max.
She did.
Tribute. I
She
got to be
did.
Stevie Nicks for a night. It was pretty
She
awesome.
did.
It was really fun, and it was really scary because Bethy don't do tributes.
And she was flying on her white-winged dove.
I was flying.
Yes.
But it was outside in the wonderful La Costa ocean air.
Right.
And I got home on Friday morning, and I was like, I'm going to die.
I can't breathe.
I am going to die.
So I think I'll give this to Tracy. Come here, let me hug you. All right,
So,
anyway, we're good.
Hope everybody had a good time at Zombie Fest this weekend.
We did. We are so sorry we missed it.
We're getting some pictures coming in, and we know it was like just a kick-arse project, and we'll be back next year promoting that and talking about that. And we want to say thank you to everybody over there who
Yes.
our Tracy
Yes.
from Zombie Fest Long Beach, who really enabled us to give a lot of tickets and have a lot of fun with that.
Yes.
But
Today,
we're going to get on today.
We need to focus.
Because I'm focused.
Bronchitis or not, we've got to roll with this because we got an excellent guest right now. We're looking at him in the studio. His name.
He's a very cute lady.
Are you ready?
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
His name, Ezekiel
Jay.
Parno.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God! What kind of introduction? That was a good introduction, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I've never been introduced so well, actually.
Well, that's what you want every time. You know, we brought Ezekiel here for a good reason, and our listeners know. Our musician listeners. I guess our demographic is mostly musicians right now,
right?
But this is an original indie artist. Regional here in San Diego and working outside of San Diego, of course, but we're really happy to have somebody who's an original indie player in studio today because we kind of go out big and then we come back in and we go out big
reel it
and
out.
come back in. And you are just coming off of some fresh recordings, right? And some
record release in April.
Nice.
Kind of my biggest project ever. Yeah.
It's like having a baby.
It was. I think it took about 9 months, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's bodybuilding.
No, that is. Get out the weights. Start lifting them.
So you have, how many tracks do you have on the album?
It's 12 tracks on Emotional Charge is the name of the record.
Nice.
And now where can we find that so everybody's listening?
Yes, it's on Spotify if you want to go there. I've got a few tracks on SoundCloud. Probably the best way to do it is just Google Ezekiel Jay Emotional Charge, and it'll probably take you to the right place.
Well, one of the reasons we're excited about having you is, of course, your band is under your name, which is like so cool. I think that's ballsy when people do that. I think it's
love
kind of
it.
cool.
I love it.
Because it's like, I'm just all here. But I do notice on your site you have Easy J Friends. I like that. That sounds so like hipster.
Easy J. Totally.
It's very hip sounding.
We are.
It's very millennial.
Well, it's the San
sounding.
Diego. It's hip.
Easy J. So can we call you Easy J?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. We've got a new name
do you
for
see how warm and fuzzy I just got?
Yes.
I write this down.
And that's capital E, capital Z, capital J, just for people listening. Easy J.
And you are a working four-piece when you play live?
Right now we have a power trio, and then add players as necessary. So,
now, you say power trio. Now, I'm wondering, does that mean you just get rid of that other guitar when you can?
It's
love you, man, but no room on the stage.
Well, like I always love having a strong lead player.
Yeah.
I can play some leads, but I love to bring in someone that's their forte, and then I can just worry about vocals. I can worry about rhythm. And actually, Daniel Crawford from Blackout Party has been doing some. He was on the record, and he's been doing some live work.
Oh, I love Blackout Party. Very, very fun. Another great San Diego. They played with Hate Machine a couple of years back.
Totally.
Cool.
Hate Machine, yeah.
They're really
Shout
good.
out.
Very good shout out. So tell us who's in your group and if they're all from San Diego or if they're just all over the place coming in just for you.
Yeah. So on bass, David Stone.
Great.
And
band name.
he's been in San Diego for quite a while, but he's been all over the world. Not necessarily playing music. He's just kind of a global adventurer.
Traveler, nice.
Yeah. And then Michael Reedy is our drummer.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And I know I've seen your show, so I can vouch for these guys. They're top musicians.
Yeah,
Let
they're
me just
really
say.
good.
Yeah. Amazing.
And then you've got your own guitar, and you prefer to do the rhythm because you're rocking it out and having a good time.
Yeah.
So you do a solo show too, yeah?
Sure, I've done plenty.
He's like, yeah, I like to do that. I'm all good alone or a duo. The reason we ask is there's so many different, when you're an independent artist and you're an indie artist, it's not like when you have a tribute or a cover or you're working the casinos every weekend. You know, you're just like looking to see what stages will want your style of music, right? And then secondly, what you can afford to bring to them. So what are you finding there's most interest for you right now? Is it, are you finding more stages that are solo duos, or are you finding more stages that are like, we want your whole band the whole time?
Yeah, it's kind of, there's a lot of opportunities for both. Gigtown, the stuff that comes up through Gigtown, I noticed there's a lot of solo duo stuff. And I brought my full band to play on the street once through them, and they had said, we never saw this before. Just like a full street band, but it's actually really fun.
Wonderful. Did you guys bring up for power? What did you guys do? Just bring up?
We plugged in and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Cool.
during Comic-Con we did that.
There you go.
And the power trio is pretty versatile. So you can play among full bands, and you can play smaller venues, that are used to kind of solo acoustic. But what I really love is the big stage and to do the big band. Like the CD release party was at the Irenic.
What a fun place.
It's a great venue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hidden gem, really.
Yeah, and it's down the street from where I live. So
You're in North Park.
Yeah, the parking is another story there, but
Right, because it's in a neighborhood.
Yeah,
But that's what they call it, a neighborhood venue.
yeah.
Let's introduce everybody really quick to the Irenic, because the Irenic is something that Tracy and I work with.
And we had Kia Lovejoy on a couple
who
weeks
is
ago.
one of the buyers over at, and she's one of the coordinators, especially for four-wall situations. Kia's your person over there. And the neat thing about the Irenic, listeners, yes, Bethy still sounds like Stevie Nicks. One of the things we love about it is that they are in constant motion to update their facilities. So this is a place that used to be a church and kind of has a functioning church around it still, but that main hall is a performance venue.
Yeah.
And I always feel like I'm going to see the Blues Brothers pop out of nowhere.
Well, no, they do. They bring in local acts, national acts, and international acts because somebody came over from London or someplace.
All over the place, people are turning.
Yeah.
They've got a good lineup over there.
Really, really awesome.
A good opportunity to play with some other good bands, which brings us to our next question with you, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
The question every artist
wants to know.
Scowls at me when I ask this question. They let's see this line right here on me, everybody. It's natural. That's real.
I think
That's
I know what's coming.
Yes, he does. He knows. He's like this witch wants to categorize my music.
Ask it.
When you are trying to book, what do you say? What are you? Are you rock? Are you pop? Are you indie? Everything, every category. You're just going to love us. Just have us come. How do you pitch your band? What are you?
The way I describe our new sound with the Emotional Charge record is indie rock with 70s soul influences. So, the record has horns. It's got actually some strings on there too. And it kind of actually, even without the horns, it still translates live as kind of a soul sound. But it's
like Maroon 5 with Chicago.
Yeah, if you mix the two, if they had a baby.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
that'd
that'd be
fun, but a little bit
smooth,
more alt
smooth
vibe to it, though.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that's cool.
Right, we were listening. We were just we did some deep listening.
So in town, what is your favorite stage to play?
Probably House of Blues main stage so far. I did play at the Belly Up once with the other band, DNT.
Yeah.
And so Dan's great. He's a great marketer, and he has amassed a lot of fans for that band. And we played Belly Up. It was so good. I mean,
what
obviously,
kind of night was it? Was it a theme night? Was it a bunch of bands, or was it an early or a late party night? What kind of event did you guys?
That was a local night. So I think the band's there's maybe one from Orange County and one from Oceanside.
Yeah.
And I just love the way that musicians are just treated really well there, and they have a real green room, and it has stuff in it.
Awesome.
I've never seen that before. I've heard about it.
Well, I know that's what I love about HOB.
I know the Music
I love that
Box
about
also has a really nice green room, but they don't stock it with anything, so...
I think it just depends on who you are.
I guess. They might bring in the grapefruit pollen.
Maybe the grapefruit pollen.
Depending on who you are.
I think when we played, the first time we played House of Blues, it was like stocked with everything. We were just there with one other band. It was a big, wonderful night. And the other time we were one of three, and they literally had a chained lock on their refrigerator.
Yes.
We were laughing so hard. We're like, what a contrast. But, it just depends on who's running the night.
Guess.
Right. No, I was talking about Belly Up. But yeah, I know the chain you're talking about at House of Blues. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were like, what?
Because like she said last weekend, we'll never break the chain, right? All right. Just had to throw that in there.
She's throwing it in. She's making fun of me.
No, I'm not. I loved it.
Well,
I love Fleetwood Mac.
You could put it in the rider, though.
Yeah.
You could break the chain.
I want to break the chain. Well, I was really nice. I just went down the hall and asked for the key.
Give me the bolt cutters or the key. I'll take either.
And they went, oh, okay.
Here's the key.
Oh, you're supposed to have it? And I said, yes, I am. Don't you know who we are? No, I was kidding. No, I mean, we asked because there are, if you ask the right people, they say there's a ton of wonderful places to play in San Diego, and other people are like, man, there's not enough places to play in San Diego.
Yeah, or not very good pay or whatever.
Well, and money's another issue, and I know we probably want to break into that in our second segment, but I'm going to ask about it now because there are so many wonderful stages to play. And like you said, if you play, let's say House of Blues on a showcase night, or their Beers and Brew, a lot of events where there is no...
Or Brews and Grooves.
Brews and Grooves. Oh, my gosh, I'm so
Get it
ADD
right
today. Thank God you're here.
I know. Thank you. You're welcome.
That's all I have to say.
Fact checker.
We lose all our endorsements without
welcome.
you, Tracy. No, but it depends on the kind of night that you're there as well. And I know every band, we were talking about it on the way over here, Tracy.
Yes.
Trading off dollars for a stage. Like I would rather play a better stage.
Well, and knowing something might be coming down the road if you play at that stage for less,
that
a little
carrot
bit
is
less
dangled
money.
a lot at
it
bands,
is, and I don't like it.
How do you feel about the dangling carrots? That's kind of foul, but I'm just saying, you know how it is. Like they do that. Well, we'll just do this now, and then
I swear to God, I'll give you a better gig, like more higher paying down the road.
Yeah, you know what? For me, right now at this stage, I think it's really about the experiences. And then, once I've done something one time, I've got that experience, I know what it's like, then I can start thinking about, what else is happening here? What is being offered? And, I'd still probably take very small carrots at this point.
Small carrots is good. How long are you guys playing when you typically play like a bigger stage? Is it one set, like a sub-hour set?
Yeah, it's usually, if we're doing a showcase, it's the 40, 45 minutes. Yeah. Or there's sometimes we'll do... like when we play like Bella Vista Cafe on UCSD, we'll play 2 hours for them.
Right.
Now, do you think it's actually worth dragging all your stuff out as a full band for a 45-minute set? I mean, be honest, right? I mean, we hate dragging our gear to all the gigs, setting it up, tearing it down.
It's like painting a room.
Right? So we were talking about that also.
Yeah. Usually when I feel that is when I'm breaking it down and I'm tired and I wonder... Was there an easier way we could have done this?
Wheels.
There you go.
It's called a drill and Home Depot wheels. And I'm going to say that out loud to everybody right now.
Yeah, it's a dolly.
I'm an old lady. And I'm just going to say it took me many years to realize that all I needed was a good drill and some of those damn wheels. The good ones. Get the good ones. Spend a little more.
All right, you heard it here first on Girls
Put
Talk Rock.
everything on wheels,
drills
gentlemen.
and wheels.
Everything.
Whatever.
Drills and wheels. That's like a song.
That's almost
Tracy?
like touch my nose. Don't touch my nose.
Don't touch my nose.
Ronnie Lee.
Yeah.
Anyway,
thank you, Ronnie Lee.
We're shouting out to Ronnie Lee, yes.
Well, drills and wheels, because it's true, getting in and out of these places are crazy. But
yeah, and definitely always bring extra things, even if you don't think I'm never going to use this.
Like duct tape.
Duct tape.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, double up on everything. Bring twice as many cables as you need.
E-strings.
There you go.
Yeah.
E-strings, yes.
Extra guitar.
Now, see, my husband is a great bass player, and he always has a little bag with him that has everything in it. Like, whatever you could possibly think of, it's in there. And that's why, because he's a good musician. Love you, honey. Listening.
I wish I was that prepared. I have an oh shit bag. Can I say that on
Yes,
there?
yes, we do.
So yeah, we have what we call our oh shit bag. Can I share that with everybody
you can.
over at Studio CCMA?
Get on your waders.
It's the red bag on wheels.
Don't step in it.
It's on wheels and it has right. Well,
yeah, what's something really interesting in the S bag?
You know, weird things like cables to connect your iPhone to the mains. You know, like if you need to hear something or talk something, an extra beta or SM58, an extra casing for an SM58,
right?
Like nuts and bolts in case somebody's literally in case some part of their guitar starts to fall apart.
I know, extra little piece that goes on your guitar stand because your husband loses it all the time, right?
Holy
Go
Mary.
Lee. Shout out to
drum
Lee.
keys, because I love y'all drummers, but you guys always don't have a key.
You don't ever, and
That
a capo,
oxymoron.
Many
Always.
a capo
for the
always, always.
E strings, nylon and steel strings.
But there's a sweet spot though, because if you have too much extra, then you don't care as much when somebody walks off with it.
Yeah,
right. So you want to have a few, enough to mean something.
That's one thing.
It's a round. It's a
big
lot.
bag.
It's a big bag.
It is. I've lifted it.
It has different kinds of
I
cables.
said no, forget it.
Mic
Matt,
cables,
get over here.
Guitar cables.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I actually had a drummer, and he's a really good drummer, who actually asked me, "Do you have an extra throne in the back of your car?"
A throne? What?
That's the biggest question I've ever had. I'm going to give a call out to Damon from Phoenix TX.
Oh my God.
Who asked
Damon.
me if I had a throne in the back of my trunk.
Not for a good reason
He's
either,
a good
Damon.
guy, but wow, that was a moment. Anyway, we're here today with Ezekiel Jay, or as you don't know, now you do know.
Easy Jay.
Easy Jay.
Yes, we love it. So we're down to the last 20 seconds. We want to say quickly, shout out to Enter Talk Radio, because that's without Enter Talk Radio, we would not be here. So we want to thank them for having Girls Talk Rock Show on their network.
Okay.
We want to give a shout out to Jackie Bertoni, who's laying in a hospital bed right now. Jackie,
heal Jackie.
If you're listening, we love you. All right. We love you, Jackie. Get better. Get better. Get back on the air, bro. And
Rodney Elliott, our good
Rodney.
CEO over at
Silver
Tiger Production.
And we're going to tell you what's coming up with that, too.
Yeah. Next round, we're going to talk to Ezekiel Jay about his music beginnings and just how much theory and technique this guy endured.
Yes. We'll be right back. Give us 2 minutes.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Make this your vinyl night. I'm John J.R. Robinson, and every week, music creation comes alive through stories, experiences, and sounds when vinyl records filled our hearts and minds. My friends and I share our tips and techniques used in creation of iconic tracks for recording artists such as Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, Quincy Jones, and Steve Winwood, to name a few. Vinyl has emerged hot, and the soul of vinyl defines art and passion which burns deepest at night. Tune in every Wednesday.
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Hey, it's Tracy Smith
And Beth Venus
of Girls Talk Rock, right here on the Enter Talk Radio Network.
every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
SDP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all at
It's all that.
SilverTigerProduction.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Oh my God, you're listening to Beth talk about beer goblets. Okay, I am Tracy Smith.
I'm Beth Venus.
And we are Girls Talk Rock. And we're here with Ezekiel Jay Pardo, or Easy J.
I'm looking at the Easy J logo beer glasses right
beer
now.
Glasses. Oh my God, can you believe it?
I'm buying
There's
some.
also signed CDs.
I'm getting my credit card out right now.
There's also albums. There's also...
That's a Stein, baby.
You can just give a pledge if you like his
Oh,
music
you're on
a
the
lot.
pledge music page.
We are.
I'm
Yeah.
on the pledge page. We wander aimlessly while
We
we're here.
do.
But I like the T-shirt. It's kind of kick-ass, too.
The T-shirt really kicks ass.
And, like this, let this be a lesson to all you musicians out here. I'm always trying to chastise y'all, but do this, for God's sake.
Do this. Why aren't you doing
look,
merch?
He's got an Access Pass album. You have the new album on CD. You have a signed CD for
Signed
just
CD,
a little bit extra.
right.
You have these really stupid cool beer goblets that say Easy J on them. I'm so stoked on that.
Handwritten lyric sheets. Come on. Seriously? And signed.
So smart. I'm shopping tonight.
Oh, we are.
You can co-write a song with Easy J.
You can co-write a song with Easy J.
Ladies, I'm just
Are you
going to
kidding?
put this out there right now. Christmas is right around the corner.
because chestnuts are
I wish
roasting
I
on
had
that open
bells.
fire.
Ching, 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 ching. And you could co-write a song
Yes.
with Easy J. Partner with him. We'll work with you on your very own song and record an acoustic demo. You have half the publishing rights. Okay, that's a Christmas present right there. Gentlemen,
Are you listening?
are you listening?
Write
Not
something
you.
for your woman.
Or send
With
her in
Ezekiel.
to Easy J,
Yeah,
baby. That,
just-
way
Yeah, so
better.
I actually probably the most clever songs I write are ones for other people.
Yeah.
I work harder for you than
So
I
you're
do
like
for
a
myself.
Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah, I will stand behind you and do
Wow.
everything.
Oh, I kind of,
That's awesome.
Mama kind of like that, because this next segment we were going to talk about some of the things you do, your background musically, what kind of got you the bug. Was it thrust upon you, or was it something you've had different stages in your life? So tell us where this whole music thing began with you.
Yeah, wow. I don't know how far back to go.
Not the
we,
one.
Diapers with a guitar.
we go back to my first instrument was the clarinet.
Nice.
And I took that for about a year, and then I was discouraged by my dad, who always had to go to bed at a really early hour, and I was practicing, and he would inevitably get up and say, "You got to find somewhere else to go." And so I'd be out in the garage going, "I don't know if this is worth it," and then I was, things, I don't know, I just wasn't moving up, and so maybe music isn't for me.
Right.
And then fast forward like into my early 20s, and I picked up my mom's guitar, and I was a noodler for a while.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah, and then I started writing songs, just, simple beginner songs, but they were really cathartic for me when I was going through some really difficult emotional stuff, and I wouldn't play them for anybody. But then I figured, you know what? Maybe I should get good enough on this guitar that I could actually play them for somebody.
Nice.
Yeah, and at the time, so my ex-wife and I would actually kind of sing together, and she was really into music, more so than me. And I just, through osmosis, just kind of caught this bug.
Yeah.
We'd have jams at our house, and that was a really sweet time because I felt myself growing and getting better. And then I started recording myself. And that was, I think, where everything really kind of broke in a direction towards performing, because I could hear back what I sounded like,
for real.
what I liked, what I didn't. And I started making little tweaks just kind of by myself at the kitchen table until one day I was like, I think I'm there.
I think I can do something with it.
Yeah. And then I started, like most people, I would imagine, with the open mic. And I remember at my first open mic, I was terrified. And I don't know, I faked my way through it.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Right.
And I just, kept doing it, put a jam group together, and we became a band, and we played out a little bit.
Now that's a big step right there that you're talking about. And I love
When you bring others in.
when you bring
Yes.
others in. And I just know as a music instructor and teacher for the last, I don't know.
And in the Groove
I'm gonna
Kitty
date
band.
myself. I'm just
Hello,
gonna say
Groove Kitty, shout out.
That's like a really big step for a lot of students is going from playing alone to playing, one in time with other people. It sounds so corny, but it's
I know
hard.
it is. It's true.
And then also learning to give and give in with other artists. So how easy was that transition from like being in charge of total agency individually, and then with a trio? Tell us about that transition.
So the first trio I was in, we were called the Big Winners. This was 2009, maybe. yeah. And so what's funny about that band is, we started out just kind of jamming, and then eventually we started playing some shows, I think, for Catherine Beeks. Yeah. But we made one song. We recorded one song, and that's the only song that's ever been in regular rotation on the radio.
Nice.
We made a Christmas song, and KPRI put it on.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and that felt really, really good.
Really satisfying.
But it took a lot of compromise to get that song. And I realized that I don't know, like for me, songwriting with other people can be a real difficult thing sometimes.
So then when you're writing, you write yourself and then bring it to the band and just have them put their parts to it, basically?
Yeah, that's the way we did it. For the two records I've put out, Activity was the first one, and then Emotional Charge. I do the top line stuff and then even get into some of the arrangement, and then I bring it to the band and we start practicing and things get refined. They come up with some really good ideas, that I'll bring in, and then we'll get like working demos and take those into the studio.
Well, that's cool that you're actually giving like the bass player and the drummer a little bit of license to do what they do, because that's what musicians are all about. And it makes it, as far as a band goes, a little bit easier for the players to come together, stay together, mesh and all that. So I think that's good that you're giving them some license to do what they do.
I don't know. Playing in a band's tough, though.
It's
like it's like extended family.
It is.
It is extended family.
Well, my wife's got this going on, and my daughter's got this. Yeah, whatever. I know.
Holy Mary!
We know. We've heard every story.
And it's also therapy, though. Like because with Mike and Dave, we get along so well that sometimes we'll open up during practice and kind of like, here's this really crappy thing that's going on in my life, and we'll sympathize and, maybe give some advice or whatever, whatever we're open to at the time.
Yeah.
And that feels really good. It's more than just get together and play music. That's where kind of that family element comes in.
That's cool.
It's like a fellowship.
Yes,
it
totally.
is. I think that's one of the reasons I look forward to it.
And no one likes to pay for a psychologist or psychiatrist. So if you can get that for free, go into practice, then I'd say more power to you.
Musicians are pretty interesting.
I know.
people.
I love it.
But for you came in with like a little bit of core working knowledge of, for lack of better words, notes and time signatures and key signatures and the basic stuff you had when you were kind of in the band or orchestra at school. When you came back to it as a guitarist, did it relate very quickly for you, or it didn't transcend at all?
No, I took a music theory class at the university, and I would say a lot of that stuff just kind of got left by the wayside, and it's now this aspiration that I want to reintegrate traditional music theory into what I'm doing. So, and like look at it from that side of things rather than coming from the feeling side and then just taking what I know and, pushing that as far as I can without a lot of formal training.
You're probably doing half of it without even realizing it. I think.
Well, yeah, because the feeling side, you can sit down with your guitar and you can play and you can write and you can be amazing. And then you bring the theory part into it and you're like, wait a minute, am I doing that note right? Then you overthink it. So it could ruin the creative moment. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, everybody works differently.
I come from the other
side.
side.
Everybody thinks differently. Beth's going to tell me why I'm wrong.
Okay, theory major. I'm just going to say here now, I think it's better because I think when you are artistic and creative and you have a little bit of that three-dimensional knowledge, a pattern comes into play because there's like small patterns and longer patterns that build. And then all of a sudden, if you see a pattern that's familiar, and you will because there's nothing that hasn't been done.
Right.
You're going to, that's going to sound this way if I do this. Like it takes a lot less time to be creative because you're really aware of how something's going to sound, what it's going to do.
Coming from a true teacher.
Yeah, you're just going to save so much time because you're going to be like, I know exactly what that's going to. I'm going to make that a harmonic and it's going to sound beautiful, and then I'm going to come back and do this, and you can hear it before you've played it. So I think, I think it's just totally three-dimensional.
The tool bag is, if the tool bag is full, like, you don't have to use them all, but they're right there if you want to.
You're like, oh, that's
right
familiar. I'm ready to rumble.
That's cool.
I'm a bore.
Ready to rumble. That's my motto in life. That's my motto.
I think everybody ought to. I won't shit on anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to shit on anybody. But it's so fun. It's so fun.
Well, tell me now, what kind of gigs do you have coming up? I want to know what you're doing like right now.
So tomorrow, I'm going to play a few songs at Navajo Live.
You're kidding, because my husband's also going out there. His band.
Oh, yeah?
Well, Von Amasa, but they're actually called Exit 6 now. Shout out to Exit 6.
How come I didn't know that?
They are playing tomorrow night as well.
Listeners,
Nice.
I just found out that, and this is like my sister, and I just found that out that they changed their name.
You might roll out with us.
Okay, I just didn't even know that.
Cool.
I'm just curious.
All right, go on.
Yeah. I think John January is the Artist of the Week tomorrow.
Right. We're playing right before them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to see you there.
Right. Yes.
You got to do some pixie.
Well, we love the open mic over at the Navajo because Jeff Ousley is amazing. Super good guitar player, super good musician guy, and super nice. The nicest guy you'll ever meet. And there's a real family that goes out over there, and a real group of people that go out each week on Thursday nights to do the open mic over there. And it's really a nice open mic. That's all I'll say.
I got to get integrated in this stuff.
You do. We need to call you Miss Integrate.
I do. I'm so out of that scene.
Yeah.
That's
all right, go on. So where else are you playing besides Thursday night?
So are you playing as a solo, a duo, or a trio for this event?
It's kind of, Mike might not be able to make it, so we're kind of going to leave it floating. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll sit on a cajon, and I've got a couple of foot pedals, and then I'll just, I'll do the drums with my feet.
Nice.
Just really simple rhythm,
Awesome.
But it
It's
adds a lot in my experience.
Yeah, it's good.
That's like high energy.
Well, where else are you playing then coming up?
I'm playing at the Navajo Live as Artist of the Week in November.
Very cool.
I would love to play the San Diego music thing, but maybe all the spots are full by now. We'll see.
For Bruce?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Bruce?
I've mentioned a Bart.
No.
I'd
The
love
music thing is Bart Mendoza.
Oh, yeah. Stalk him. Hey, Bart, are you listening? Mr. Mendoza.
Bart's always listening.
Bart. Don't let Miss Kitty here stalk you down.
Yeah.
Get this man on your showcase. Okay. Is that going to be our little, we're going to work on that?
Right.
Now he has to deal with both of us. Okay, Bart, did you hear that?
I
now
want Bart back on my
us.
show. He was my very first show. He was our very first show. Bart
Holy
Mendoza.
Mary.
We were
Bart,
talking San Diego Music Awards a year and a few months ago.
Gosh, it's good. Well, and that's an interesting, we do want to talk about that as well. Getting in a showcase like that, how important is it to an independent and artist like yourself? Does that seem like a real stepping stone for you? How priority is that?
At this point, any venue that's going to have, people who are embedded in the San Diego music scene is really helpful to me.
Yeah. It's being heard.
So I'm like the yes guy right now.
Now, have you submitted to the SDMAs for your new album this year?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of that record, and it's got some of San Diego's best musicians on it.
Right.
I think we should be voters. We need to talk.
Well, no, I mean, so the SDMA votes will come out soon, so everybody will have to vote for Ezekiel Jay. Ezekiel Jay.
I'm going to vote for EZJ.
Totally.
If you're a Grammy member, its voting is right now.
Yeah, so she's a voting Grammy member.
Everybody's getting their little submissions. Please vote for. Well, they can't say that. They have to say, "Will you take a listen?"
Yeah, will you take a listen to my
They're not
newest
allowed
song?
to ask you to vote. They can only say, "Will you take a listen?" To. So those are all happening
and I'm
now.
sure
and it's
you
also
can always
San Diego
submit
Music
for
Awards.
that type of stuff as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
So are you
gosh.
ASCAP, BMI? Which way do you roll? Or not at all?
Yeah, BMI.
Okay.
Yeah, through DNT. We actually we had a song on the Real World MTV just briefly, so we all signed up for BMI so we could get our huge royalty checks. And
Awesome.
Hey, you know what?
That's amazing.
I don't mean
that
that
literally,
but it was cool though.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like a process learning, getting to know what the protocol is for different kinds of artistry and, being heard on TV or radio or and now there's so many different forms of radio, like here on Intertalk Radio and satellite radio and standard airwave radio. So many different ways to be heard. But for you, when you book, say you are on stage with the Bart Mendoza Project or you're on with the Brews and Grooves.
Brews and Grooves, yes.
And San Diego House of Blues or somewhere. What is your next step as an artist in getting your fan base to make its presence and let, the promoters and the producers of that event see that you are doing more than showing up?
Yeah.
Yeah. How hard is that? And what do you do? What is your social media and your efforts that you make that work?
Yeah. It's been only within the last year where I've realized how important having a strong social media presence is. Like, it's crucial. It's almost, it's
painful.
As crucial as being a good musician. Well, that's
more,
debatable.
I think it's more crucial. And I'm evil to say that. that's the old bitter lady.
Well,
I think it's more important.
Treating your band like a business is very, very, very important. If you want to make any money, if you want to get ahead, if you want to network with the right people to get those gigs, if you want to do all that.
I would say there's more crappy bands that have good social media than more great bands that, saying like,
well, you can
it's
ask somebody to like your site, but the true artists out there don't have a whole lot of likes because the people that do like them have been out and seen them and really like them. I mean, truly like them.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to me. Like, it seems to me like you're playing it well, and this is up for discussion. And we really encourage our listeners to message us on our Facebook and let us know what you think about this. If you're an original artist, is it more important to play every week, all the time, be heard? Because that's awesome. Because then you're getting vetted and you're being heard and you're meeting and networking with other artists. But then obviously you can't ask that same group of 50 people to come out and see you every show. Or are you like, hey, come see us. This is our big show this month, type of thing. What's working for you?
I like to play with my band 1 to 2 times a month. Nobody likes to play to an empty room. And you can definitely end up that way if you want to book twice a week. That could happen. Yeah. And that seems to work well. I've had people tell me, you know what? I was at your last show, and I got to do some other things, and
life's busy.
Busy.
Yeah.
So if I can space them out and get people excited about the next one that's coming up, that works well.
All right. Well, we are down to the last 15 seconds of this second segment, if
we
I can talk.
Holy Mary.
And what I want to say is, coming up, we're going to have the Quattro questions. And we're also going to have a special segment called Connor's Corner.
Where our intern.
Rice, our intern, gets to ask a question of Mr. Ezekiel Jay.
He's a millennial. He has special questions.
He's a millennial. He does. Very special. You're going to love this question, too. I mean, it's really, it's awesome.
We'll be back with original indie artist Ezekiel Jay, Easy J, after this next segment. Listen to the commercials. Go buy something.
Thank you, Enter Talk Radio. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on Intertalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas, and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now, with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording, and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element. Affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Girls are talking rock again.
And people are listening.
Today we're talking bands.
Let's talk promotion. Red Giant promo, graphics, EPKs, video, photos, social media, and brand building using content marketing.
But let's talk studio at CCMA, which is events, rehearsal, tour prep, piano, guitar, voice, rock band, lessons, workshops, and clinics. Yeah!
Both proud sponsors of Girls Talk Rock.
Well, get the lowdown on these services and contact me, Tracy, at girlstalkrock.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, this is Girls Talk Rock, and we are back with Ezekiel Jay. I'm going to go ahead and introduce him right now because he's going to give us something live on the air, and I want you to listen to it because he's got some great music. Go ahead, Easy.
Cool. All right, so this one's called Anomaly, and it's off Emotional Charge.
Awesome.
I was recently arrested for being too damn beautiful. I didn't contest it, had a cake made for my community service. I showed up in a bow tie, they said, don't smile, this is serious. Well, they can keep it on the up top, but I look so good in this orange vest. Better call the fashion press. Ooh, there ain't no picture. Don't need to wish for another person's name. Be an anomaly. You can if you wanna be. Go. I like to get tipsy on strong green tea and pheromones. Some people call me kinky, it just depends on comfort zone. See, I flirt with the righteous, but there's a soft spot for the wicked too. Well, it's work to be silent when I want to shout out, I'm living proof. Shout out, I'm living proof. Ooh, yeah. Anomaly. You can if you wanna be.
Awesome. We're breaking it down right now.
Down and asking why I'm the one in 99. Or are there simply only ones and flocks of people not like sheep at all? Oh, I fall. Ooh, yeah. There ain't no picture that's made to fit my frame. Don't need to wish for another person's name. Be an anomaly. You can if you wanna be.
Awesome.
I am a mega fan now that I'm live, right? Yay! Oh, hold on. I think I have an
See, the
audience
reason
on
I
here.
like to go live is because people are going to get to actually hear the artist's true form.
Yay.
Oh, that's her clap track.
That's my clap track. Yay.
Oh my God, we got a clap track. Anyway, that was great, Ezekiel. I love it. Original singer-songwriter right here in San Diego, Ezekiel Jay Parno. You can get his CD. Tell us where you can get it and what's the name of it again?
The name is, which mic do I use now? Is this one out now?
The puffy one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So
That was fast.
the name of the CD is Emotional Charge, and you can. I don't have it on Bandcamp yet. That's one thing I got to do.
That's cool. We'll get it up.
But yeah,
like
you can listen on Spotify. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it on Amazon Music. You can buy it directly from me at a show, of course.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the
And you're
best
going to
way.
be out at the open mic
Yeah,
tomorrow night,
Navajo
which is
Live
Thursday.
Open Jam. Yep.
Yes. So everybody get out there and check out Ezekiel Jay. I got to just give a shout out really quick to an upcoming show that we're doing at the House of Blues. It is Kissed Alive with Cheap Tricks and our very own Groove Kitty.
Yeah, it's a Silver
Our
Tiger
very own
production,
Beth.
so
it's a
they
Silver
tacked us
Tiger
on there.
production. right? And when is it, Bethy?
You know what? It's this Sunday night, which is a funky night, but it's an early Sunday. So the doors are at 6, shows at 7, and here's the funky dealio.
Yeah.
It's all ages.
Okay, so do you have tickets to give away?
I do.
She's got
we
tickets.
Do. They're charging at the door $15 to $30. Don't do that. Don't spend your money. Just message Tracy there at the Girls Talk Rock Facebook.
Yeah.
And say, I want like 6 tickets. Leave those at will call for me.
Right.
If you tell her that, if we run out, we'll let you know. But you have to get it from her.
Right.
And so that's through Silver Tiger Production is being so gracious to give the station a big old chunk of tickets. Do not pay at the door if you are listening to Girls Talk Rock.
Right.
Yeah. Kiss Alive is pretty stupid fun.
Let's get to Connor's.
Yes.
We're going to get to Connor's Corner. And this Connor's Corner is sponsored by, this week, Silver Tiger Production.
It is.
And Studio at CCMA and Red Giant
Promo.
Which is all of us.
Here we go. It's dark.
Okay, so if you were to die like any pop star or rock star, who would it be?
Such a millennial question.
Wow.
I know.
That is. Connor's deep questions. We like deep, dark questions from Connor's Corner.
I don't know. Maybe this is not rock and roll, but I'd want to go out peacefully. Like, who just died recently? Merle Haggard?
Yeah.
Right? Did he die well?
What, of old age?
Yeah.
His heart stopped?
Fall asleep and
I bet you that's not the answer that the millennial wanted to hear. He wanted to hear something deep and dark.
Yeah.
But
I'm a Gen Xer, so that's what I'm at that stage now.
All right, well, we're going out like Merle.
I just want everybody to think I'm dead and like be on an island somewhere. Be like, did she die? I think so. She's on an island somewhere.
All right, now we're going to get straight to our Quattro questions because Beth and I love our Quattro questions.
Okay.
All right, here's your
yay.
first Quattro question. What color are you and why?
Yeah, this is hard for me to say because other people are going to say I don't have the right to say this, but I think I'm purple.
Why?
I like it.
It's a beautiful color, and it's also it's like fire and water together, and I could kind of be either depending. So
I love it.
That's
now
a
that's
good
really
answer.
a good deep question
Such a hot
by
and cold answer.
Yes, by a great indie artist.
Do I get to ask this one?
You do.
About the...
Yeah, go ahead.
So, if you had a spaceship, what would its name be, and who would your only 3 other passengers be?
Oh wow.
You could take anybody
Preferably
with you.
artists.
Anybody.
You don't have to say like my mother and stuff like that. We're not talking about like the apocalypse. We're just talking and 3 artists that you would want to have on that spaceship with you.
All right. Well, my car is actually called the Space Cruiser.
See, you heard it first on Girls Talk Rock.
So I would want it would be the Space Cruiser version 2, the one that can actually travel in outer space, the V2.
And who's with you?
Well, I gotta put let me drop a bomb on you. I love a girl.
Oh, that's
and
delicious.
her name is Tabitha. Yeah.
Does she wiggle her nose?
Yeah, a little bit like that.
She kind of wiggles her nose.
Yeah, when she smiles, she gets a little
dink a dink a dink.
Yeah, so she's definitely
She's
co-pilot.
Look at his eyes sparkle when he talks
I
about
know,
her.
right? This is great.
It's kind of cute.
Exclusive right here on Girls Talk Rock.
Tabitha,
ETJ
he
is
loves
dating
you.
Tabitha.
Okay,
Very cool. So
and then in the back seat, we've got Tom Petty and Amy Mann.
There you go.
Yeah, because, and I'm sure, I think they're both happily married or in relationships, but if we need to repopulate a planet with musicians,
there you go.
Those are the 2. And I know he's kind of like, there's an age differential.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross to think about maybe, but
we don't care about age.
There's like a 5-hour documentary on that man, on Tom Petty. Every time I think I'm going to watch the whole thing, I just don't get through it. Okay. I agree with you, though. Genius. Okay.
All right. If you're stuck in any time zone musically in history, what time zone are you stuck in and why?
Wow, I guess it's changed for me. Like, I am sort of always stuck in the 90s just by default. But I want to bring it back to like the heyday, to 68. Right? I want to see Zeppelin in their heyday for sure.
Oh my God, that's good.
Yeah.
Like rock and roll.
And remember it too. So I'd probably go easy on I'd just show up sober.
And what is your fourth Quattro, Beth?
My fourth Quattro is kind of a 90s, X-Gener question. If you were any Simpsons character, which one would you be?
Awesome.
That's a fantastic question. Well, I'm kind of Millhouse, but nobody knows it. That's just like deep down on the inside. You know, I've got all these.
On the inside.
I'm so
Exclusive
neurotic,
right here on Girls
but
Talk Rock.
nobody knows. I hide my neuroticism very well.
Millhouse with a guitar.
Awesome.
I think that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't think I've had anybody pick Millhouse before.
No, that's cool.
Even guys say, Lisa, I'm Lisa.
I would have said Beavis and Butthead, but they're not the Simpsons.
Simpsons.
So
Simpsons covers everything.
I get it.
You know, like Jason's Auto.
I'm probably like the one really boisterous sister. Nah, get over here.
Yeah, Madge.
Yeah,
Madge, get over here.
Yeah, exactly.
The odds. Well, you guys have heard it here with Ezekiel Jay. One, he's in love with Tabitha. Tabitha,
shout
love
out.
is a beautiful thing. It's great for. Is it good for composing? Are you feeling like that's putting you in a good musical place? Is she a musician?
She can drum.
She can drum?
See?
Yeah, she got a djembe, didgeridoo.
Look at her. She's a drummer. Does she get on a
amazing.
kit too?
I don't know. I'm gonna put her on our drum set and see what happens.
Well, at least throw
Get
her
like
on the
Ringo
cajon,
Starr.
right? Put
Get her
on the
holding
cajon.
properly, and you'll be ready to rumble.
Exactly.
Tabitha, I think you have a few hands-on lessons
Yes,
coming your way.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like that scene from
He's
Ghost,
gonna
only with a cajon.
How to hold your sticks. Exactly.
That is a great visual to have. But, eventually, if you can play with the person you love, what a joy. Because at the end of the day, if you're having a great day,
Music is about love, and love's about music, and that's what I'm saying.
I have a lot of people tell me it's impossible, but I think if you're having a crappy day and you're really angry with that person and you're forced to play with them and be like, yeah, it's all good. Somehow at the end of that session, you're like,
you'd be like, okay,
it's
whatever.
all good, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you get through the music.
I love you, bro.
You're in.
Whatever.
You're in. So it can serve as a good tool too. I don't think it's a total outer of things. But you guys, we've been talking to Ezekiel Jay. I want everybody to know where you can go online and get more information about Ezekiel Jay music and where he's playing. He's already shared with you that he's playing over at the Navajo this Friday.
No,
Yes?
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, pinch me.
Starts
Thursday.
at 7. It's like 7 to 10.
So, if you're listening, today is, of course, the 19th of October. So this is on the 20th. You can go over and see not only Ezekiel Jay, Easy J, but you can also see Vadamasa, which is now called...
Exit 6.
Exit 6. Oh,
Exit
God,
6.
Pray for me. I'm the last to know. That sounds like a really great show to go see. And I've got to know, when you're looking at regional and touring bands, and maybe bands that are just in a little next queue than you, who would you most want to support in a touring show that you see going around that's a kind of like music and like a fan right now for you?
Yeah, so like a mid-level national touring act.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot.
Like a reasonable art, something like you could get on board with.
If the Jayhawks come to town every so often.
Yeah.
And I could put on my Americana side, definitely. Black Crowes, actually. They're too big. I think they're too big, but...
but they're funky. They're known for grabbing...
Bringing on smaller artists.
They're kind of known for being like, puck it, we're going to grab so-and-so. Because they kind of are big enough to decide what they want to do. But how cool is that? So those are two really good representations of what... Of course, if I were on board with this group, I'd be like, hey, let's get them on a big stage with a bigger band. Always my goal as a person who loves music. That would be my personal goal for 2016-17.
Right.
I'm going big.
Before I forget, I just want to give a quick shout out to, of course, Rodney, because we are currently working on booking over at a beautiful little restaurant downtown La Mesa called Sheldon's, and we're booking original singer-songwriters like yourself, and we just got the schedule, so we're going to be talking to you about booking. But we've got some beautiful artists coming up, so watch out for the flyer on Facebook. I'm going to put it on girlstalkrock.com. Beautiful artists in town like Barry Dempsey and Jason Mann. Who else do we got coming? I can't remember.
Oh, this is so your wheelhouse. You're the original
I know.
people.
Now I'm forgetting everybody that's on there. But Christine Gilardi is going to be on there.
Yeah. Nice.
Khalil Nash. He's a 17-year-old, very, very up and coming, nice millennial, young, beautiful artist. And a lot more artists to come. Bob Peace is going to be there as well. So we're going to throw you into that rotation. We're going to get you playing over there.
Oh, wonderful.
It's on the patio.
That's a good fit.
And you play in downtown La Mesa at a restaurant on the patio. 2 people walking by and people eating. And from what I understand, the place is packed day and night.
Isn't
8
the owner
a.m.
of that?
to 3 p.m. Yes, and the owner is the owner of Depot Springs Brewery, which is slated to open near Christmas time. So, shout out to Depot Springs, shout out to Sheldon's, and we're going to get Ezekiel Jay over their plan.
Yeah, we want all our listeners to know that that's going on out there. And
Yeah,
it's
thank you so much.
New and upcoming things. And of course, with Rodney Elliott, who's the CEO over Silver Tiger Production, who's the bomb. And
Campland, we can't forget Campland.
And we want to give a big thank you to Campland as well, which is looking.
We're sending artists out there as well.
Yeah, there's so many good things going on. And Ezekiel Jay, you represent exactly kind of the trend and the focus of San Diego right now.
Totally.
It's kind of the sound of San Diego. 2 minutes. I'm saying that. Hey, since we only have a little bit of time, and that was really a nice 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minute warning.
I know. We should have like a bell or a whistle. Wait,
right?
you do have a whistle. Oh, I like that one. Ezekiel, who do you want to give shout outs before we close out our wonderful session here with you?
Wow. You know what? This is where my my prepared speech comes in handy.
Let's have it.
We'll take it.
Yeah, who do I get a shout out to? Let's give a shout out to Jeff Owsley for sure.
Totally.
Like, everything you said, I wholeheartedly agree with. My band guys, Mike and Dave. Daniel Crawford, Josh Weinstein, who I played with recently. He's awesome. Ben Moore, the producer of Emotional Charge, is an amazing guy to work with. Andy Guy, Erdis. I know Heather Nation.
Right, Heather
who
Nation.
opened. Yeah, she. We've worked together. And then the wonderful, beautiful Jessica Hull.
Yeah, okay. If Jessica Hull's listening, she's supposedly coming on our show, but I've got to get her because she's doing a Wednesday night church thing. So I've got to wrangle her in.
Wrangle.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're down to the last 50 seconds of this. What do you want to say? What's the last we want to leave our listeners with? Besides EzekielJ.com.
I want to. They say it's Ezekiel with an EZEKIELJAY.com.
That's right.
And he's our Easy J.
The full album's there. You can hear it.
I just want to express a lot of gratitude for the ability to be here and do this. And I consider myself a very unlikely musician. I'm kind of I was a nerdy computer kid growing up, and I still am.
Yeah.
But discovering music, discovering songwriting has changed my life. It's this is what I do. It's not a hobby. It's my passion, my lifestyle. And I'm looking back. This radio program has enabled me to look back and see how far I've come.
Love
and
it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, listening. You've been listening
so much.
all hour to Ezekiel Jay, Easy J. Check him out in town and definitely buy his CD.
On EzekielJ.com.
That's right. And thank you, Enter Talk Radio, for having Girls Talk Rock on your show. And we'll see you later.
See you Sunday night at House of Blues.
Hey, it's Tracy Smith
and Beth Venus
of Girls Talk Rock right here on the Enter Talk Radio Network.
Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
SDP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all that. SilverTigerProduction.com.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectica Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists worldwide. So spend your time working on music and not chasing a mix down a rabbit hole. Go to timdolbear.com and check out our free one-song mix offer.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.